You probably think that you are better now, better now. You only say that cause I'm not around, not around. You know I never meant to let you down, let you down. Would've gave you anything.
Hello and welcome to another edition of After the Whistle. Today is Wednesday, November 13th, and we've got a great show for you. On today's podcast, we're going to recap Kingston's big victory over Chucky Doak last Friday night in the first round of the playoffs. Also, we're going to talk about Tennessee's big victory over the Kentucky Wildcats. And we also have a special guest on the show. Big man Spencer Stiles is here to talk the Kingston High School basketball season. We hope that you enjoy and like and share another edition of After the Whistle. Okay, guys, let me quickly recap the games from last Friday night. Kingston defeated Chucky Doak 28-6. It was Alcoa all over West Green 56-6. Gatlinburg-Pittman wins big over Unicoi County 62-21. And it was Austin East all over Johnson County 41-rip.
First things first, I'm the realest. Drop this and let the whole world feel it. And I'm still in the murder business. I can hold you down.
Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your co-host, Jody Meduski, alongside Brad Luttrell, Jeff Huffman. Guys, let's recap Kingston's first round victory over Chucky Doak. They win 28-6. Guys, I'm just going to throw out there, Region 2, 4 teams combined, we outscored Region 1 187-33. Brad, what do you think about that?
Well, Jody, that region is who we thought they were, and you know our region's just a lot better. That's just the way it is. And Chucky Doak didn't have a chance. Good game for the Jackets. Elijah Hill, another big game, had a couple TDs. Trey Schultz, quarterback sneak for a touchdown, and Luke Borum. You know they tried to onside kick one, and Luke took it to the house. And Jody, we taught him, hey, anytime we have somebody on the show, the next week they ball out.
They
Jody,
perform, man. It's happened time and time again. So, you know, any of you Yellow Jackets out there want to have a top performance, man, get on the show. We're available. Huff, what do you think about it?
Yeah, the podcast is a good luck charm for the student athletes. No, it was a good job by the Jackets Friday night. You know, made the long bus ride up and took care of business like we thought they would, and they did. Y'all already mentioned the offensive starters of the game. Defensively did their job, held them to 6 points. Dante Inman, I believe, got his 7th pick of the season. So, man, what a great season he's had.
Very good.
Landon Diggs continues to be a tackling machine. Trey Schultz was in the backfield all night long. I mean, you know, continues doing what he's doing. So the defense has been stellar all year. So I look for them to continue the good play Friday night against Austin East.
All right, guys, great take on the recap of the game last week. Big win, first round matchup. But, Brad, they got to go to AE this Friday night. It's going to be a tough task, but I believe the Jackets are ready for the matchup.
Yeah, Jody, big task coming up Friday night. You know, we played Austin East earlier in the year, played them very tough, but Austin East pulled away at the end. The Foster kid at quarterback, he's a stud. There's no doubt about it. They're a great runner. He can throw some, but he's more of a runner. They've also got a really good running back, so Kingston's going to have to, you know, read their keys and be in the right positions Friday night and control those guys. But offensively, I think we can move the ball. We ran for a lot of yards last time against them. And so hopefully that will continue this week, and maybe if we can hit a few passing plays, loosen them up, that'll help our offense even more. So big challenge, but like you said, Jody, I think we're up to it.
All right. Yeah, Brad, you're right. AE's tough team. It's going to be a tough task for the Jackets this week. Like you said earlier, their quarterback and running back, that's their whole team basically. But they're tough to contain. So I don't think Kingston can stop them. But hopefully they can limit what they do damage-wise. But I believe Kingston, if they can move the ball, like you said, Brad, offensively, match them, they can have a chance of pulling out the upset at the end.
Yeah, Huff, I think if we stop the Foster kid and we contain him most of the night and just keep the game close, we got a shot at winning. So good luck to the Yellow Jackets this Friday night. And, Brad, go ahead.
One thing, guys, time of possession is going to be really key. If Kingston
Good point.
Yeah.
You know, do 3 yards in a cloud of dust and get first downs, move the chains, and keep the ball like they did last time we played them, and eat up a lot of clock, then that helps our chances tremendously.
Yeah,
I
man,
agree.
that's a good point, Brad.
Yeah.
That's important.
It is because they're a quick strike offense.
Yeah.
There's not it's a big play for another, boom or bust for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good point.
Hey, good job, fellas. We'll be back with our pick segment. All right, welcome back to After the Whistle. Now it's time for our student athletes pick segment. We'll get in here. We got Kingston AE coming up this Friday night. Give me your pick.
All right. I heard last time that it was a pretty close game going into the fourth quarter. So I think I'm going to say Kingston's going to come out on top this game, 27-21.
Nice pick. All right, Spencer Stiles, get in here, young man. Tell us what you think about the game Friday night.
Kind of the same thing he said. It was a close game last time. I think the Jackets got a lot of momentum right now, so I think the Jackets come out on top, probably 21-7.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Bryson Bowles, what do you say?
Well, I think it's going to be a lot harder on them not having Marcus Rose like they did last time. Elijah killed them last time, but I think Kingston's going to win 28-27.
28-27. Nice pick. All right, we got Harper Neal in the house. Harper, what do you say?
I think Kingston's been hit with a couple of injuries, and I think AE's going to be in playoff mode, but I think we're going to pull off a stunner. I think we're going to win 21-14.
Shock the world. Atta baby. All right, Braden Hardup, what do you say, young man?
I was at the AE game. They really couldn't hold on to the ball. If they hold on to the ball, they're probably going to win. I'm going to say 17-14.
Kingston.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought you was about to say. Good pick, dog. All right, Big Curry, what's up, young man?
I'll be real with you, man.
Be real with me. Be real with me.
Austin East, I see they've gotten a little bit better second half of their season, so I feel like they're got a lot of momentum. They're going to win 38-14.
All righty then. Brady, can you help us out a little bit, man? What do you say?
Yeah, Joey, let me get things back on the right track. I'm going to say Kingston 20, Austin East 16.
Awesome, man. Thank you. I feel a lot better now. Is that everybody? All right, get in here. Brad, Huffman, let's go. Let's talk about it a little bit. Huff, what do you think?
All right, Will Jody. Last time it was a pretty good game. It's close up until midway through the fourth quarter. Then AE got a couple touchdowns late to put it away. Kingston's still running a little momentum here, and I think they're going to go to Austin East Friday. I think we're going to see a high-scoring game. AE's got Trey Foster, and that running back, I can't remember his name, Ligon or something like that. He's a playmaker as well, so I think he'll give the Jackets fits. But I think Kingston will respond. Kingston gets a 2-point conversion late. Jackets 32, AE 30.
All right, Brad, what about you?
Well, Jody, Marcus Rose being out will definitely hurt. Like we said last time, played them close all the way through. I think it'll be similar this week. I think Elijah Hill will step up big time. Now, guys, I'll tell you where we can win the game is special teams. I know we listened to the game last time, and they were talking on the radio about how bad Austin East special teams were, that they looked like they didn't even practice it. Kingston had a block punt last week, so I think special teams is going to be big, and I think that's what's going to put us over the top. I'm going to say Kingston 28, Austin East 26.
All right. Well, yeah, guys, I'm with you. I'm with the majority. I think there's 15 seniors on this team that they don't want it to be their last game. We got a bunch of strong juniors on this team, and all the way down the line, guys, I think they're going to go out and play with a purpose. I got Kingston winning 28-17. We're pleased to be joined by senior big man number 23, Spencer Stiles, to talk a little bit about the upcoming basketball season for Kingston. Spencer, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, talk a little bit about your preparation this summer to get ready for your final season. The only senior on the team, man. I know you're pumped about that. You guys open up next Monday night at Cofield. Just talk a little bit about getting prepared for your senior year.
Well, this year for me, it was really about getting my knee back in shape, getting healthy again, getting my strength back. So it's really just been about getting back to where I used to be and then trying to go from there.
You feeling pretty good so far during practice and everything?
Oh, yeah, I'm good to go. It's 100% now.
Good deal. Okay, Brad, got a question for Spence?
Yeah, Spencer, that district we play in, it's really tough. You got Fulton, which is a perennial state tournament team, and Austin East, they made the state last year. And Alcoa, they're always solid too. So just talk about how tough the district is and how you think maybe all those teams will be this year and how you think we'll compete against them.
Oh, well, yeah, the district, it's definitely one of the toughest in the state, and you have to make sure whenever you play them that you execute, and, you can't mess up hardly at all because they're elite teams. Alcoa has always been good, even when they're having a down year, it's always a tough game. Austin East, they've just got a ton of athletes. It's tough to compete. You really have to lock down defensively, and Fulton's just a powerhouse all over. You just got to be ready for them.
Yeah, Spencer Fulton, they got Jody Wright. He's been coach over a very long time. He's one of the best in the state. I know they're one of their players, Tommy Sweat, who's the quarterback on the football team. He dislocated his ankle a couple weeks ago, so he may not be available. So hopefully we can compete against those guys. And, Lord, I'd like to beat one or two of them this year. What do you think?
Hey, I think we can. I think we got a good shot at it.
All right, Huff, you got a question for Spence?
Yeah. Spencer, talk about you being the only senior. Most teams, they rely on several seniors during the season, as leaders. And talk about what it's going to be like for you being the only senior on the team and what are you going to do as your role to be a leader for this team?
Well, I think really it's just about making sure everybody knows where they're supposed to be, just keeping everybody in check and everybody's emotions and everything. But me being the only senior has caused a bunch of the juniors to have to step up and also be a leader for the team. So it's been good. It's been helpful for everybody.
Sounds good. Well, good luck with the season.
Thank you.
All right, Spencer, man, great insight. Appreciate you being on the podcast. But before we let you go, man, I got a couple questions I want to ask you, okay?
All right.
Tell us a little bit about your pregame meal. What do you like to eat before game?
Oh, you got to get a lot of chicken. I like to have a lot of chicken. Usually, chicken parmesan we get usually is pretty good.
Nice.
So one of my favorite.
All right. How about your pregame routine? You do anything special? You do it all the time? Tell me a little bit about your routine.
Oh, well, definitely after we eat team meal, I go pregame nap for sure. I definitely have to take even just 15, 20 minutes. Got to take a nap.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. Okay. All right, now, last question before I let you go, man. Tell me a little bit about your head coach. Tell me something funny about him.
Oh, gosh.
Do you know anything about him that you want to tell everybody across the world? This thing goes all the way to Hong Kong and Indonesia, so just let it out.
He never stops. He's always working. I don't think he sleeps at all. He's always working, got something going on. So.
Well, that's pretty good, man. Hey, thanks for being on the podcast. We appreciate you. Good luck to you this year.
Thank you for having me.
It's my house, come on, turn it up. Hear a knock on the door and the night begins. 'Cause we've done this before, so you come on in. Make yourself at home.
Welcome back to After the Whistle, guys. Let's recap Tennessee's big victory over the Kentucky Wildcats last Saturday. Guys, we started off a little slow, a little sloppy, a little ugly, all the above. Got down 13-0, and I thought, guys, this can't be happening. And made some adjustments in the second half, and was pretty impressive and ended up getting the victory. So, guys, what is that now? 3 in a row? 3 dubs in a row?
3 in a row.
Dubs in a row.
Hey, what do you think about it, Brad?
Well, Jody, as usual, Big Blue came up Little Blue against the Vols. Guys, they don't believe they can beat us. It's obvious. We had 300 yards rushing, 60-something plays. There are 40. And they still can't beat us, guys. It's, 34, 34 out of 36 years now.
That's right.
We've got a dub, so we're in Kentucky's head just kind of like Florida's in our head. It's very similar. So, they just don't believe they can beat us, and they're not going to. So that's how I feel about that.
It was just a crazy game. Time of possession was – I've never seen a time of possession that lopsided. Can't talk. Lopsided in a game and not get any points out of it. Kentucky, second half, I know in the fourth quarter they had the ball for 12.5 minutes and didn't score.
Yeah, fourth quarter was just insane.
That's it. That's crazy.
You never hear that.
No, Tennessee stopped them on 3 fourth down conversions in the fourth quarter. It's just it was a wild game. Give the defense credit. And the offense, they needed a spark second half, and JG came in and gave him that spark. Give him credit, and kudos to the coaching staff for making the adjustments at halftime, and players made plays in the second half to get the win.
Brad, you and I said it, I'm sure Huffman agreed with us a week or so ago. We said we got to get Callaway more involved in the offense, and guess what happens? He gets more involved and he makes plays.
Yeah, Jody brought JG in the game, and immediately he throws the ball up to him down the field, makes a great play on it, and then throws a touchdown to him. Yeah, guys, I mean, we've said this for a couple weeks now. JG, he's just been bashed all year long, and deservedly so for the most part. But, man, for whatever reason, these last 4 weeks, he's come on and come off the bench, just like a relief pitcher, and he's balled out. He really has. I don't know if he's just, on the sidelines, he can watch the game for a little while and get a good feel or what it is, but it's a very unusual situation that your quarterback comes off the bench like that and plays well. But he's been doing it, and, guys, I see no reason to change it for the Missouri game. Start Maurer, and if he's doing good, leave him in there. But if he, does a few things wrong, then you got your relief pitcher, JG, to come in and bail you out.
Well, and another thing, don't forget, JG led the team in rushing. I mean, yeah, that's something to brag about on his part, but guys, our offensive line didn't do so well for our leading backs, but it was good on his part, to get those first downs, keep the ball moving. They were rolling, and man, hats off to him. He played well.
Jody, that was his best rushing game of his career. When he came out of high school, he was supposed to be this big dual threat guy, and we've never seen him really run very well, but you're right. He tucked it under and got 2 or 3 first downs with his legs, and of course got the biggest first down right there at the end of the game. But Huff, we got to talk about that goal line stand. Talk about Batuli and Blakely stuffing Bowden on that 4th down. That was just a great play and a great goal line stand by us.
It was big, and also too the 3rd down stop by Toa Toa.
Oh yeah, he stoned that
was
guy.
big. Because that set up the 4th down play. Blakely made the tackle. He was there. He had him. Batuli came up to finish him off to make sure he didn't get any further. But give those credit. Staying at home and making plays is big.
And I'm like you, Huff. Blakely made the play, and Batuli came to clean it up, and that was just a huge play. We needed that. I was thinking, man, we can't lose this game on a 4th down play, but the defense came up big and shut them out.
No, it was big, and also too, Brad, you was talking about the final play on 3rd down after the stop where JG get the play act, draw or run out and ran for the first down.
Yep.
I read where Cheney was at the quarterback club talking about it, and he didn't make that call.
Really?
Did y'all hear about that?
No, wow.
No, he had a different play, and Pruitt put in the headset, hey, run that play. Really? So Coach Pruitt's the one that called that play on 3rd down to get the first down. So that was pretty interesting to hear. So, but hey, whoever, it worked.
Well, I'm glad you told me that because I was going to give Cheney some credit. So I guess we need to give Pruitt some credit.
Well, guys, huge win. They're off this week, so they can get some players rested. Pruitt said we got to get our kids back in the classroom, work on their grades. He said Sunday that some of them got C's, they got to get to B's, and he also said some got D's, they got to get to C's. So kids got to get in the classroom and study and work on that, and they get a week off this week and get ready for the big test. We got to get 1 victory out of the last 2, and we go to Missouri. Huff.
Yeah, and one more thing, wrapping up Tennessee, Kentucky. You guys talked about Callaway, and deservedly so. I mean, he's a big play guy we don't use nowhere near enough.
4 catches, over 100 yards.
And the catch he made on the sideline and the touchdown catch he made. But how about Josh Palmer with his sideline catch?
Great point right there. Guys, we were watching it here, and we all thought he was out of bounds. There was no way that he was in bounds.
And
that was a great catch.
It was. So I just want to give him a little credit. He's a kind of an unsung receiver that hadn't had many opportunities this year. So it was good to see him take advantage, make a play when he had it. But yeah, going into this week, Jody, the bye week, get some people healthy. And then hopefully we can go on the road and get that bowl eligibility win next week.
All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about the UT men's basketball team. Got their season off on a great start, got 2 big W's early on, and Brad, they playing well right out of the gate.
Yeah, Jody, that game last night against Murray State, first half not too good. We're down by 9, not playing very well, but come out the second half and Turner starts dishing the ball like he's John Stockton, and 14 assists, no turnovers, just a great second half by him. And guys, I'll tell you, Pons, Bowden had a great game, but I've been shocked by East Pons the way he's played these first 2 games. He looks like a totally different player, and man, if he can play even half as good as he has these first 2 games, it'll be a great year for him. And guys, I think this team's, we're going to have our struggles, but they're going to be fun to watch, and they'll get better as the year goes on. So, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, no question about it, Brad. You're right. Murray State is a quality mid-major team. They've been in the NCAA tournament past several years. Just a good overall team, and they took it to Tennessee first half last night. But Coach Barnes, give him credit, and the team, they made some adjustments second half, and man, it was just like a totally different ball game that second half. Tennessee, I believe, outscored them Murray in the second half 47-19. So, and win going away. But like you said, man, what a great job by East Pons, from last year to this year. They need him to step up, losing Grant and Admiral and Jordan Bone and Kyle, and he did a great job. And Turner, Bowden, he led them in scoring last night and had an awesome game. But like you said, man, what a great game by Turner. He didn't have his shot falling, but he still plugged away hard and found a way to help the team with 14 big assists.
Unlike you, Brad, though, these guys are going to be fun to watch. They work hard. No, they're not going to be as good as they were last year, but Bowden and Turner, they're going to be leading the team. Obviously, they got to go every night, but it's fun to watch these other guys grow. I would have never thought that Pons would have looked as good this year. You can tell he's really improved. Fulkerson's not bad. He needs to work on his free throws. There's a couple guys that need to work on their free throw shooting, Turner included. But for the most part, man, Pons has got that shot blocking ability that he made 3 big blocks yesterday that helped us out, and that's big. That's going to help us out down the road. So it's going to be fun to watch these guys this year. That's for sure.
Yeah, Joe, you're talking about Fulkerson. You can tell he's really improved. His thing is just staying out of foul trouble. That's his biggest bugaboo. It always has been.
Got 2 quick fouls there in the second half. It wasn't in the second half, and it was just within 15 seconds, and so you got to correct that. That's absolutely right.
Yeah, but if he's in the game, he plays with a lot of energy, a lot of effort, and he's improved around the bucket. So looking for big things from him, though.
Yeah, no question, and you're right about the fouls because Tennessee's very thin in the post. So any foul trouble by the big, what few big guys we have is going to be tough to overcome. So we definitely need them to stay out of foul trouble.
It's going to be exciting to watch them, and also our Kingston Yellow Jackets. Their basketball season starts next Monday night. Brad, at Cofield, come out and support the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be an exciting year for the guys and the girls, and I'm excited for the season to get started.
Yeah, Jody, both our sons on the basketball team, so it's a great time of year for us. And Brady's a junior and Will's a freshman. Really looking forward to it. We're junior heavy this year. Got a lot of juniors, just 1 senior. But guys, we've kind of taken our lumps the last couple of years being so young. So I'm expecting us to take a step forward and have a really good season and win a lot of games.
Well, I know those kids, the majority of them, yours included, they worked hard this summer. They've been preparing for this moment. Like you said, they're not the young kids anymore, and the future's bright for them. I look for them to win a lot of ball games this year, and it's going to be fun to watch them as well.
Yeah, I agree. It should be a fun season for the boys and the girls. Girls have a new coach this year, so it'll be interesting to see how they do under the first-year coach at Kingston. And also the boys, like you said, they put in work over the summer, put in practice, and they're just ready to play now. So let's get the season started, and I'll have both teams have a good season.
All right, guys, for our last segment of the night, let's talk about a little shout-outs and shout-ats. And I'll go ahead and lead us off. My shout-out goes to the LSU Tigers beating the Alabama Crimson Tide last week. That was a big win. There's a new there's a new leader in the SEC, and if you guys had any doubts before Saturday, I don't think you do now because LSU took care of business last Saturday. So that's my shout out.
Yeah, that's a good one right there. LSU, go Tigers. That's a big win they had. My shout out goes to last night. We had a big upset in the college basketball world. The Evansville Purple Aces went into Lexington and gave the number 1 ranked Kentucky Wildcats a big L. So shout out to the Purple Aces. That's 2 big L's that the Wildcats have taken since Saturday night. So with Tennessee giving them the L, and then Evansville falling through last night. So you hate to see it. No, you don't. You love to see it when the big blue goes down. So yeah, my shout out goes to Evansville.
A great one right there, Huff. Brad, what's your shout out?
I'm gonna give a shout out to Kelly Harper. She new coach this year for the Lady Vols, and I'm not a big Lady Vols watcher, but still, I hope Kelly does good as former player here, and I really hope she succeeds. And boy, she got a big win against Notre Dame the other night. Notre Dame has been great at home over the last 15, 20 years. So really good win for the Lady Vols, and I hope they do well.
I'm going to end it on this one, man. I've got a shout at that I just thought of. I'm going to throw out there. My shout at goes to the 2017 Houston Astros for cheating in baseball. That's who I'm picking.
Yeah, can they strip them of the World Series title?
I don't, or strip them of draft picks for the next 10 years. I don't know, man. You got to do something. Apparently, they had a camera set up in center field, and they stole signs, and I don't know what else they did, Brad.
Yeah, it was a bad situation, but I got to shout out also my whipping boy Jason Garrett. Watching the game Sunday night, Dak Prescott's throwing the ball over the field on the Vikings, and we get down there for the game-winning touchdown, and you hand it off to Zeke once. I don't have a problem with that, but then you try it again, and then he gets thrown for a 3-yard loss, and Dak had just been tearing them up through the air. So, another shout at Jason Garrett. Jerry Jones, get rid of his butt at the end of the year, please.
All right, guys. Hey, another great podcast. That's 14 episodes in the books, and we hope everybody's enjoying it as much as we are. So we'll see you next week on the radio.